find in this world.
We have 10 minutes. Hey, welcome to Dorkly Dragons. This is a dumb thing where we play a game like Dungeons and Dragons, but not. It's
true.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to tell a fun, dumb fantasy story and occasionally pull some dice out when we need help figuring out what happens next. You can actually play with us right now in the chat room. Eli over here is going to be the audience surrogate. He's going to be reading your comments and playing his character just based on what you guys say.
Reading them off this, I'm not just disinterested in what's happening. That's what this is for.
If you watched last time, when we last left our heroes, they exited a portal from hell and were told by a villager that the nearby town, was being attacked by a dragon. This time around, we're going to have a little help, and my friend Nathan back here...
I'm a dragon!
is going to be playing the part of the dragon.
It's me, the dragon. I'm gonna wreck your shoes.
So what we need your help right now is throw out names for us for the name of Nathan's dragon and his weak spot. While you guys figure that out, I'm going to introduce you to your heroes. Jake?
I will be playing Crosandwich, the wizard, who, I'm sorry, Nathan's Dragon sounds like the worst kids book from the 1970s. It's just, can you help me name me dragon? I'll bet you can.
And we're on our first tangent of the game.
We have no time for this!
I am playing Johnny Foreskin, as named by you guys. I'm a warrior or a barbarian. I'm one of the smashy ones. I don't remember which one we specifically chose.
Force of nature.
It really has had no bearing on what I do, because I mostly just try to flirt with people and then jump through body parts that shouldn't be climbed through. That's me.
A lot of genital mutilation.
Wow.
Julia?
I'm
come back to you. Julia?
I'm Brindle, right? That was me?
That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I am a half-elf ranger from the woods, and basically I just try to keep everyone alive, but fail.
Yeah, that hasn't gone great.
Yeah, I've been really trying, but Johnny Foreskin is a force to be reckoned with.
And I'm Brian. I'm your game master. I'm kind of doing like a referee, arbiter of the rules situation. Have we come up with a name for Nathan's dragon?
I have my favorite.
Okay.
This is from Mr. ADN, and I believe he was trying to say that the dragon would be named Vegetta. But he added an extra T, so I believe it's now Vegetta the dragon. Or Vegetta.
Vegetta!
I like Vegetta.
Okay.
Forget about it. Hey,
And do we have a weak spot?
What do you want?
Oh, weak spot. His weak spot is his low self-esteem.
Oh, no.
So it's definitely Vegeta the dragon.
Yeah.
So Vegetta the dragon, would you like to give us your quick backstory?
Well, I'm from a big family of dragons. We sort of the family business is destroying towns and stuff. I just graduated from Dragon College, and I've been living at my parents' cave, and they told me I need to get out there and have some like real world work experience. So I'm trying to destroy my first town.
You got something to prove. You're the middle hatchling. I assume.
It's admirable.
I've got a few older brothers who are already great worms. And,
Just tired of dipping into your parents' hoard.
yeah,
Great. So these guys are going to attempt to stop that dream.
Aw.
Are we the good guys?
I don't know anymore.
We're definitely chaotic, or however else the alignment falls.
Well, we'll find out, because you guys approached the town of Freegate, sort of tiny, maybe middling, not quite a city, and there is panic widespread. People running in and out of streets, into buildings, back out of buildings, maybe jumping out of windows. Fire and chaos everywhere. Oh, it's terrible. So where have you perched yourself to create the most amount of terror?
Oh, definitely the tallest building.
Okay. Probably like a clock tower.
Yeah, a clock tower sounds good. and I point to it and I go, "It's time to die."
Hooray!
and I breathe a big thing of I guess green fire, because green's sort of my
Sure,
color.
that makes
yeah.
sense. Let's roll to find out how impressive and terrifying your
Here we
your
go.
fire.
Based on your weakness, you're pretty invested in how well this joke
I
goes.
I really need this to go well.
Unfortunately, you did only roll a 7.
Lucky 7.
So it's not scary.
Yeah.
But-
It could be better.
Middling.
So
I'd have gone with It's High Doom.
Oh damn, that's good.
So you guys at the entrance of the town, a town guard sees the heroes approaching, grasps Johnny Foreskin's armor, and just goes, "Please, you must help us."
I mean, we can't just let an entire town fall to rubble. These poor innocent peasants and filth farmers, I assume. I spent a lot of time in Wizard College. I've been in my bubble.
Brenda, how you feeling about this?
I'm just wondering why they grabbed Johnny Foreskin out of all of us to plead to, considering he's carrying what I remember to be just a sack of foreskins, right?
I sort of imagine them being strung on a string, but through
Oh, you
the
sewed them
keyhole.
together. Okay, great.
And also a reminder, the comments will choose everything I do, so tell me what to do. Usually it's the worst thing that I could do. But I'll keep checking those here.
So so Johnny Foreskin
right
is,
now I just go, whoa, 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 whoa.
Hold on, let me think about this.
Do we see anyone in immediate danger? Like dangling from a balcony or something?
there, unfortunately, no. But there is someone covered in filth. A filth farm operation has gone very poorly. So, but that is a good question. Do you put somebody in immediate danger, possibly in their eye line?
Oh yeah, the fire didn't work as well as I had hoped, so I'm gonna go for just like a big old tail sweep, trying to hit a filth farmer as far as I can.
So just over the hill, you just see a whole bunch of filth farmers just fly into the air. Just, no!
Crap.
No filth.
I cast Featherfall on as many as I can.
Okay, they're a little far away, and there are a lot of them. So you're gonna need to roll at least a 14 to have any effect
No, wait,
on this.
hold on. I cheer him on.
Oh.
How much else I can do?
I definitely
about
rolled
to
a critical
raise some
fail.
people.
A legit 1 on the table. Don't worry, guys. I got this. Calicafoo.
So we have a natural 1 here. So Calicafoo is not at all how that spell works. You don't know Featherfall at all. You haven't even seen it in a movie. So you tail swipe, tail farmers go up in the or filth farmers go up in the air and just splat, 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 splat. And you hear over the hill just why? Does anyone potentially have a better move?
When that guy raised his hand, I thought it was going to affect us, but it...
Are you proud of me now, Dad?
Everyone here is just, if a real hero ever saw us, you'd be like, what is going on? Yeah, I have a suggestion. First, I have one suggestion which I'm going to have to shoot down because Hummers don't exist in fantasy, I don't think.
No.
But I do, so the guards got me by the armor, right?
Yeah.
I am going, on the suggestion of Luke Minton, I'm going to try to feed him one of the foreskins. I think I'd at least be like, you hungry? You know, it's like this Snickers commercial, like, you're not you when you're hungry. And then I try to give him a foreskin.
The guard just, no, I am not hungry. He puts you down. It's like, no, I'm not hungry for that. Is there somebody else I can speak to?
Why are you grabbing me when there's a dragon in your city? I am the smaller threat.
He was not as a threat. He was grabbing you as a please, begging, help
You're
us.
the largest one, and in their feeble peasant minds, they think you're the leader. I assume. I never met a poor person.
No, it was much more of a desperate grab of help us.
And my weapon is still a +1 demon's dildo, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it is.
Good, I want to clarify that.
Okay, so now's your time. You've gotten a big sweep. There was no help from these guys. Now is your chance to make a big dick impression.
Okay, I'm going to rip the top off of the clock tower upon
damn.
which I am perched, and I'm going to fly overhead and drop it.
You've been a dragon before.
So-
and I'm gonna say, why did the dragon throw the clock tower? So he could see time fly.
Hey!
The
Can we
clock
roll for
tower.
that?
Can we roll for how effective that joke is?
I think so.
I wanted to be a comedian. My parents didn't approve.
Did they not pay for UCB classes?
No, they want me to be a village destroyer just like my
I was-
brothers.
So I
Just
want
to
you to roll to see
prepare.
how effective that
Attack.
joke and attack. And if you guys roll over what he rolls, is this making sense? You
We
are
don't.
not shaken by his fearsome presence.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
Wow.
It's gonna be easy to beat.
What is happening with this
I
table?
messed up the timing.
So yeah, it's the clock tower falls, people die.
I
There's
think I got a 2 though, so I still think that's pretty funny.
Like the
Still
second
on
hand
board.
clips you.
Like, yeah. All right.
just chaos as the clock tower smashes in the middle of the street. You just hear people, why? But the joke is like, oh, that would have been better if the joke was better.
Mm.
So we mounted a plan of action?
Ooh, I got one.
I got one.
Oh,
No, you go first.
no. Noticing
I'd
that
like to undo everything you
Yeah.
do, so please.
using the springs from the fallen clock tower, we launch Johnny Foreskin in primal berserker rage mode directly at the dragon. With support from our ranged fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Does Johnny Foreskin have a better plan?
As I said, I laughed at the joke. This is from someone named Stories of My Heart, which is the kindest YouTube name I've ever heard. And he suggests to try to tame the dragon. I think I could still get sprung at the dragon and do that.
I think so.
But
I
I'm
think
just
that
sort
makes
of chuckling at the joke, and I'm like, oh, were you ever think about being a comedian?
sense. That's pretty good. So what we're gonna probably need suggestions on are what can Johnny do to try to tame this dragon. So let's Chris Sandwich.
Mhm.
Let's see how quickly you can spring together a launching mechanism onto the dragon.
Brindell helps. She's
Mhm.
ranger. She's handy. Good with traps. Good
Yes.
with.
Great.
I think my plan would be to take the strung together foreskins that Johnny Foreskin has and make it into like kind of a trebuchet.
Oh,
Mm.
smart.
Johnny Foreskin into the dragon.
That's pretty good. Since there's two
Of course,
you,
your character goes French with it. Of course. Of course.
so that's there's two of you working on it. That seems efficient. You only have to roll above a 9, the two of you.
14.
Okay.
Half of that.
So half of it.
Two.
So Brindell did great. Chris Sandwich, you've never made anything like this before. You're really just reaching out of your depth here, but it looks okay.
Mhm.
You can't quite be sure. It does creak in with the trebuchet. Does creak in ways that maybe are concerning, but it's
We didn't have
probably
any
fine.
nails, so I just used branches.
Johnny Foreskin, are you willing to go?
Yeah, I'll climb in there. I got more stuff going on in my head, but for now, launch me in the air.
Great.
You know?
So as you're climbing into
Buzz Lightyear me.
as you're climbing as you're climbing into the trebuchet, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
I'm seeing this right now.
It's I just thought I was destroying a village. I get to slay some heroes too. This is gonna go great on my resume. I think maybe my parents will respect me more if I defeat them as well. So I'm gonna do a little swoop in at them.
Oh, great.
So I'm diving towards them while Johnny's being launched at me.
Great. Okay. So that's gonna make your roll a little more difficult. Let's set up the trebuchet, and I think Johnny.
And also, let's say I'm not going to say exactly what everybody's been telling me to do, but let's say I got a handful of foreskins and I'm aiming for his mouth. Try to.
Okay, that's pretty specific. Let's roll above a 12, and I think you'll be able to get where you gotta go.
There's also someone who's commenting whose name is Dragon Hugger, where it's like, do you just have a Google alert set up for Dragon to find out? 19?
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
powerful.
That's almost the best.
That's almost the best. So what does it look like when you soar through the air
I'm
and
flipping-
apparently get into Vegetta's mouth?
Vegetta.
Vegetta.
I'm doing so many flips. It's unbelievable. I'm just flipping, and then like, whoop, 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 and then I just like snap out into a kind of like Superman pose with just a handful of foreskins. And I'm going straight. I mean, you're probably being pretty fierce. I think your mouth's not closed.
Yeah, I'm probably going, rawr!
Yeah.
Rawr, I'm a dragon!
And I go,
rawr.
here comes the aeroplane.
So
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Vegetta, I will
Vision
give you
of
a
the
shot.
future.
You can avoid Johnny Foreskin entering your mouth if you roll a 20. You rolled a
Okay.
19.
Here we go. I'm gonna do some
what is
sweet,
this game?
sweet dragon dodge. Nope.
Oh no! It's so your mouth somehow gets wider. The target gets bigger.
I go, whoa!
What are those?
What are those?
I am shocked at what an airplane is. So Johnny Foreskin, you have entered the mouth of the dragon. What do you do?
Well, I got my arm in there, so I'm all the
Okay.
way in there. Am I like sitting in his mouth?
It's a pretty big mouth.
Yeah, I think you could be pretty safely
In
in
there.
among the teeth.
There's a lot of stuff that involves talking to him. I don't know how to talk to someone from inside. I shout down his throat, hoping that the echoes reach his.
No, you gotta like
Ear
hold on to the
cavity.
teeth, like get bone resonance. You can do it. You can do
Yeah.
that.
I'm doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I go, this is from Dragon Hugger, predictably. You see-
Our
I
expert
go-
on dragon
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
And
I
hugging.
go, this is very detailed. I go, hey, I thought you might need some friendship. You seem super lonely and sort of sour looking, and I thought you might need a big, strong foreskin of a man to feel better about yourself.
Oh, he's negging me.
So I think you're being
I'm
next.
This
also wearing a
entire
big furry
production
hat.
somehow became a round of furry Omegle, and I am not pleased. This is not my job description.
Oh, you thought when we did the D&D game based on YouTube comments, it wouldn't be sexual? That was your
Oh
hope?
no, I love expressions of love, human love.
Wow, dude. Pretty close-minded. Oh.
So, oh no.
Oh no.
So how do you feel about the
I'm s-
negging?
And
going
I'm
on right
stroking your tongue,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Unknown.
I've never had someone speak to me that way. It's always disappointment and why can't you be more like your brothers?
Which, to be fair, is how all of our dads feel right now.
Yeah.
So definitely causes me to rethink what I'm doing. I'll say that.
Interesting.
One would say there is a pause in which I could take an action.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
It certainly catches me off guard. I pull up slightly. I'm not swooping anymore. I'm just like, "Ugh."
So you guys down on the ground notice this. How are you feeling at whatever the fuck is happening right now?
I immediately buy into it. I'm just like, of course, Foreskin, go for it. He's doing it.
I'm looking at him just going, how the hell does he do this every time? He does this every time, and he's good at it. Other than when he pushed me through a portal into hell.
Right, there was that time.
Hell
Yeah.
is fine.
Just like knock like 4 arrows just in case.
That's probably
Yeah.
smart.
I'll get myself ready. Don't worry about it. I had sharpened my knife while he was flying through
Oh
the
my
air. to get it ready.
Hey.
I'm wearing a onesie and you have actual weapons.
There are 2 approaches to this.
So,
Fun fact, on Amazon.com, the difference between a prop knife and a knife is surprisingly fuzzy.
I'm
Yeah.
just stabbing you for pretend. Tell me when it's my action.
it is your action.
I'm gonna do. I've done this before. I'm gonna combine 2 suggestions.
Oh, awesome. A
First is
fusion.
coming. Yeah, a fusion of. First is Apollo the Undead's suggestion, which I begin to pole dance on one of your teeth.
Oh, God.
But then, right as you're being like, is he pole? It feels like he's pole dancing
Yeah,
on
because
one of my
I
teeth.
can't see that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you aroused by the thought?
Then, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But right then, in the greatest betrayal of all, suggested by Matthias Boven. That's sorry, I'm not worldly. I don't know how to pronounce your name correctly. I just start gassing you with farts.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
I've been eating nothing but foreskin.
I think we need to roll to see how effective that fart
Yeah.
is.
Oh, come on. 13.
So you do have the constitution of a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have you roll. I'm gonna have you roll above a 15. Actually, yeah, 15's fair to avoid the powerful farts.
I have
of
not
Johnny
rolled
Foreskin.
double digits yet.
You've been eating
This
peasants
game.
all morning, though. This is
10.
Oh no, the farts.
Specific, like double digits, fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me the lowest one. Yeah, what is this?
bad rolls.
So the farts, they are overwhelming. What do you do?
I gag. I do a dragon gag and
A dragon?
a gag.
Does a dragon gag involve fire?
It certainly does.
Yikes, Johnny Foreskin, you can see kind of the fumes begin to that you've been filling up.
Yeah, I've been adding methane to the equation.
Yeah. So you can see them begin to ignite. You have seconds to react. What do you do?
Seconds, let's say that they're, because of
They're-
adrenaline, these seconds are actually taking probably almost a minute.
You're
Right.
moving in fart time.
Remember when Max Payne invented
Yeah.
fart time?
Great.
YouTube comments, I need you to think ahead of me. Know what I'm going to say and plan
I'm getting,
for it.
there's like, it's one of those things now where there's just like, I'm seeing numbers pop up,
Yeah.
gas cones expanding.
That like epic music from the Matrix is playing.
Yeah. Except there's just hundreds of butts scrolling.
Yeah.
together.
Butts and foreskins just.
I mean, this is the first one, so I gotta do it on
Yeah.
the recommendation of Chaos Lordism.
You don't have time to think about it too hard. So.
I know, but in this I do.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I just start trying to fart harder to push the flames back
You're
down.
Like a Dragon Ball Z
Yeah, yeah.
episode, you're doing a counter wave.
I'm involved in a fart gas like back and forth with a dragon named Vegetta.
I feel like we've officially hit exactly what we were afraid this was
Yeah.
going to be.
You want me to
Oh no,
roll?
I'm casting magic to help him. Like gaseosis explodo.
I think it's a very smart game. Now, do you want me to roll for my farts?
Yes.
Please roll for your farts.
Now, wait a minute. Do you want to do some action on the ground that could potentially help?
I'm casting a Constitution buff to help his poor guts.
Okay. So he's a little far up in the mouth of a
Should be like
dragon.
debuff. If my guts get better, I won't be able to fart as good. I have to. Never mind. Too much logic. Sorry.
Or I lower the dragon's attack, or
Yeah, you do a magic thing that makes it good.
I do magic make a good.
So go ahead and roll.
Right.
We'll see how effective this is.
Oh my god.
That's impossible.
Somehow.
Statistically impossible.
We have rolled another
Tried to
natural
get
one.
in here. That's not how dice work.
Only rolled one.
That's not how dice work. The fix is in.
So
Don't
your
worry,
buff,
I'm getting my plan ready, so maybe that'll work.
your buff has just you've missed and you've hit the much bigger target, improving Vegetta's explosiveness.
Despite the bad smell in my throat, I feel more vital somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta roll for my fart.
Yep.
20.
Natural
Oh
20.
no!
Trendy, you can confirm that.
The most powerful fart in the realm. Inside my mouth.
There will be legends spoken about this fart.
Take
I
this.
like
All
grab
my
my
protein.
stomach.
All
It's
my
almost
fiber.
like I had a second backup intestine that I like lock in, like hitting the nitrous.
You start glowing.
Yeah, I go super fun.
So the combination of this super powerful fart mixed with your increased attack buff just creates a massive explosion, which rockets Johnny Foreskin from your mouth. But the townspeople all cry out in fear as like this is the most impressive like blast of fire you have. Your dad would be so proud of you to
Yeah.
have seen that.
Wow.
Sure, there was an outside force helping, but incredible show of force. The townspeople all begin to bow down in like fear and worship of this great and powerful dragon. They are willing to turn over
Ah. My self-esteem! It's rising!
So, Johnny Foreskin, you are currently catapulting through the air.
Well, someone said before, RM Gibson 88 said foreskin parachute, and that seems apt at this moment.
I think that's
It's
fair.
like the largest foreskin that I've retrieved. You guys didn't even see this. This is from before I met up with you guys. But I have a troll foreskin just kind of like in a backpack, and I yank a leather strap, and it just billows out.
So go ahead and roll to make sure that it's not a bunch of spoons.
Oh.
Is this my spoon strap?
Put them right next
Ooh.
to each other.
So that's
It's
a 2.
Probably mostly spoons.
Riff, you brought your spoon backpack.
Oh no! This is for
What
my.
is happening?
This is for.
Oh, right is for emergency parachute. Left is for emergency soup party. I forgot.
So,
I'm like holding like a monocular, and I'm like, no, we were saving those for the soup party.
Oh, I love soup parties.
so you guys on the ground, you watch Johnny Foreskin just boom, boom through the roof of a building, and then down like 3 floors onto the ground.
I mean, I was trying to cut that foreskin trebuchet thing out so I could catch him, but it's he got some real strong foreskins with him, so it was hard to cut.
Yeah,
I didn't make it in time.
I guess not.
No.
Ugh, tragic. So we are reaching what is potentially, as Johnny Foreskin presumably emerges from the wreckage of this
Yeah.
building you just shot into.
I got it. Oh, I hit a building? Dang, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
I'm like, I could try a heal spell, but I'm like, he's fine.
We are approaching what could be.
I also like that Michael Wobel said that I am basically turning into Wario. Just like flirting around.
So we're running short on time. We are approaching what is probably the final confrontation. The drums of war are blaring. The dramatic. It's getting real dramatic. How are you feeling right now? The townspeople are bowing to you. This town is yours.
I
Sorry,
feel
keep-
great, but I need something to get the taste of fart out of my mouth, so I'm gonna need to eat someone.
Ooh.
Oof.
So I'm swooping down to eat someone.
So townspeople or heroes here?
Yeah, the townspeople are all covered in filth, right?
Yeah,
So I think I want to eat a hero.
that's fair. That would probably be good.
So once more, my mouth open,
Oh.
I come for a chomp, 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 chomp.
So
chomp.
he's coming. This is it. The final stand. What do any of you do? Feel free to shout anything out.
I cast fireball. Oh no wait, dragons love fire. It's like Fresca to them. I cast freezing bolt.
Okay.
Is that an actual spell?
Yeah, it is now.
Yay.
Yay.
Sounds
In
like it.
Dorkly and Dragons, it is.
You get ready for that cold lightning, asshole.
Brindell.
I'm knocking an arrow or 2 to try to aim for his eye so that he gets kind of just knocked a little bit off course. So that he avoids us and maybe hits like the building behind us or the ground or something.
Great.
Or an
You know.
orphanage, or who? Just not us.
Just not us. I mean, I've already been in hell for like 6 months, so
Johnny
I'd rather not
Foreskin.
be eaten.
I start
Fair.
crying.
So let's make our.
With the intention of making the dragon uncomfortable. Like, I know Ido Shavak.
Does
Which,
it work?
like, seeing someone who is also, now not feeling good about their combat skills, I feel like you could connect to that on a personal level.
That might be. You go ahead and make a roll to see how convincing your cry is. You guys go ahead and make your rolls for your badass attacks. I want you to make a roll that they have to beat.
Okay.
Your sort of like constitution, like fortifying.
This is my dragon roll.
Yes.
More than a 10. 15.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's all up to you.
I got a 12.
I win.
I got a 17 on crying.
I got a 9
So-
on lightning freeze.
Brindell and Chris Sandwich remain shockingly ineffective, but you do see Johnny Foreskin suddenly crying. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel about that? And it's like maybe you do have a moment of empathy. Like maybe you and Johnny Foreskin aren't that different after all.
Yeah, I do see that. I see my former self. I see the weak version of myself.
What?
That,
What?
that I wanted to leave behind, and I realized that the only way that I could truly be rid of my past is if I eat Johnny Foreskin.
All right.
I
let's-
lean into Johnny Foreskin's ear while this is happening, like, keep going. I think it's working.
Plus, also the salt will probably taste good.
Oh,
True,
he's just
yeah.
seasoning himself.
So let's go ahead and make an eat Johnny Foreskin roll. I think that's dexterity.
Where's my green? Yeah.
This
You
is
need
it.
your green
It could
one.
all come down to this.
6.
Is this my anti-eating roll?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is your not getting eaten roll. 10.
So you have ended up back in the dragon's mouth, but you have not been swallowed. You're kind of like.
He's gonna fart in there again, isn't he?
No, they already did that suggestion.
Oh,
YouTube wouldn't find the same joke funny more than once.
I've farted myself hollow. There's nothing.
Johnny Foreskin, do you have a final way to like save yourself? Because you're in trouble.
I do have on the suggestion.
Oh no!
That one I don't think I can use. But,
Oh wow.
I have.
Mamma mia.
I want to know what it is.
I love it.
Gabor Koning. I have, according to Gabor, we'll just go with it. I have a small tube of toothpaste, and I'm just gonna offer him that. So I'm crying still, and I'm like, "Hey, you want some toothpaste?" Probably my arms like snaking out of his mouth and being like holding it up.
Go ahead and roll. We'll see if this works on him.
6, probably not.
No, I think. I hate to say it. Should we roll for it? Does Johnny Foreskin get swallowed for good?
Yeah. I think it's down to a final roll.
One more final. I think.
What do I do? Do I roll again?
We're just rolling against each other.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a roll off.
I roll to swallow. 14.
I roll to not do that. 4.
Ugh.
You see the arm of toothpaste, and then the gulp. As Johnny Foreskin disappears down the digestive tract of.
You hear a distant echoing
Vegetta.
"Dang it!"
I get down on my knees and start shooting spells in the air, going, "You bastards!"
You're just
But it's-
point breaking it 100%.
But they're still not coming out as intended, so it's shooting like flowers and stuff.
Just multiple dubs.
Brindell, how does this feel?
I mean, he pushed me into the portal to hell, so I'm just going, that's fair.
No, this is karma.
This
Here.
is fine. I mean, maybe I'll make like a little this sad statue for you. When I get home, whittle it out of wood or something.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
otherwise-
Well, otherwise, how do you two feel about your new dragon overlord?
I mean, you
Because
know,
let's be real, you guys don't have much.
It's true.
He beat us fair and square. I line up politely for the good game shake. I mouth to all the filth peasants like I'm
The villagers carry out the largest orange slice of all time to congratulate the dragon.
So, you're king of this town now. You have killed its maybe not greatest, only hero. These guys have accepted defeat. Your
Amazing.
dad is probably proud of you.
Oh,
I
I'm
will
so
let
happy.
you, as an epilogue, decide the fate of this town and our two remaining living heroes.
If I could throw in a thing too, what should my headstone read?
Ah!
Yes.
Well, honestly, like this went great. I'm in a great mood, so I'm feeling merciful. I'm like, so when my parents ask, just tell them I was fearsome. I pillaged, I plundered, I destroyed. I was everything a dragon should be.
I'll tell him you asked for the babies first.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that. It was great.
Spice it up a little.
And yeah, so when in your travels people ask to hear tales of adventure, tell them that Vegetta, the fearsome, is not a dragon to be trifled with.
Sure thing, buddy.
And with that, I write my name in flames on the ground and fly off.
Just Vegetta through the town square,
Vegetta
which
back.
leads to a raging
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you guys have to put this fire out yourself. I am a dragon. What can I say? Wow.
Great.
This is a great day for me.
So what do we have? As you guys maybe have your funeral for Johnny Foreskin, do you have any parting final words in, I think, 2 minutes? What would be your final thoughts on Johnny Foreskin as you stand over his headstone, and then we'll learn what is on it.
He was the best of us. His acuity and improvisation on the field of battle was unmatched. His stink was overpowering. And what that man could do to a set of genitals was like Picasso in front of a canvas.
He wasn't a very good man. He wasn't generally a very nice man. I will never forgive him pushing me into hell. But his untraditional ways got us out of many situations. So I guess there's that.
Close in on Johnny Foreskin's headstone, which reads,
They walk away sadly, and the fog blows away from the headstone, and you read at the top, Johnny Foreskin, 143 to 148. I'm 5. I don't know. And the inscription below, read manga, and manga is spelled M-O-N-G-A.
Is that manga that's only about Pokemon or Digimon?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I think there's probably a quick post-credits scene with a pile of dragon shit, and then just a fist busts out from it.
Yeah.
But we'll have to leave it at that. Guys, that was Dorkly and Dragons. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Nathan.
Rawr.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Trendy.
Brian.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you,
Thank
you
you,
guys for
Brian.
watching and for ruining this so hard. Yeah, this is fun, and we'll see maybe if this can turn into another fun thing. But in the meantime, thank you.
Goodbye.
Peace out.